Hi, you guys. Welcome back for our daily practice questions. It is day 234, and as always, I like to first start with my introduction and disclaimer before getting started with our questions for today. So, for those of you who are familiar with me, hey, y'all. For those of you who are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Dr. Brittany Weinstock, a family nurse practitioner and the founder and CEO of the Nursing Studio. I provide resources, tools, review courses, review videos, review books, digital flashcards, Q banks, one on one sessions, and more to assist nurses as well as nurse practitioners with success on their boards as well as in practice. I have been doing this since assisting nurses and nurse practitioners internationally with exam success. But y'all know my disclaimer and reminder is that we know there's no absolutes in medicine. We treat on a patient by patient basis, and any of the questions that you see here, I have designed and created based on the current guidelines that are being tested on the ANCC as well as AANP exam. Now, any of my videos where I'm teaching on things that we currently do in practice, I will always say that so there's no confusion. So, with that being said, let's get into question number one for today. But before we get started, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you're not missing any of my videos. And if you would like to gain access to my MP Test Success Toolkit, it is free and linked in the description. My website is also linked in the description and it houses all of the resources that I do offer. But I also recommend if you're looking for a one-stop location of my business profile, simply go to Google and search The Nursing Studio. It'll take you here where you will find my telephone number that you can call or text, link to the website, as well as testimonials from previous review students. All right, y'all, let's get into the questions. Question number one states, a 10-year-old child is diagnosed with moderate asthma. According to the guidelines, which is the preferred initial control or medication? Is it A, Asaba as needed? Is it B, a low-dose inhaled corticosteroid and LABA daily? Is it C, a leukotriene receptor antagonist daily? Or is it D, theophylline daily? Take a moment and tell me what you got in the comments, y'all. All right, so I always recommend reading the stem of the question first, as it allows you to slow down to ensure you're answering what is being asked of you. So here, the stem of the question states, according to the guidelines, which is the preferred initial controller medication? And I tell you, if it's a treatment style question, always look to see if they have provided you with a diagnosis. But the stem will give you context, right? So here, it's giving you context as to what they're talking about from the treatment perspective, because it says preferred initial controller. Remember these terms. This is asthma related, right? Preferred controller, preferred reliever should send off a light bulb to you that, hey, they're talking GINA guidelines for asthma management, right? Those are those specific terms that they use. So pay attention to that. But the patient is diagnosed with moderate asthma. That is your step 3 of those GINA guidelines. And in step 3, we go with our low dose ICS and LABA combination daily, right? So B is your best answer. All right, question number 2. A 55-year-old male with a history of hypertension and chronic kidney disease, stage 3, presents with an acute gout flare. Which medication is the best choice for initial management? Is it A, indomethacin? Is it B, allopurinol? Is it C, colchicine with an adjusted renal dose? Or is it D, HCTZ? Take a moment and tell me what you got. All right, and the stem of the question here states, which medication is the best choice for initial management? Again, this is a treatment style question. I tell you, if we're talking treatment, run it back and see if they've given you a diagnosis. And they have. The patient is here with an acute gout flare. So, what is the initial treatment for an acute gout flare? If it's acute, we go with NSAIDs and colchicines, right? Because we need to cut the pain. Brittany's brilliance. We need to cut it, right? So we need to cut the pain now. Need, N for NSAIDs. Cut it, C for cut, C for colchicine. That's how I say to remember, because we want to cut the pain now. So we need to cut it. It's acute. If it was prophylactic, then you would think of your allopurinol and things, okay? But C is your best answer. Also, the renal adjusted dose of colchicine, because they are in stage 3 CKD, right? So C is your best answer. All right, y'all, and question number 3. Which patient would be contraindicated for treatment with an thiazide diuretic? Is it A, a 48-year-old with hypertension and a history of recurrent gout? Is it B, a 55-year-old with hypertension and hyperlipidemia? Is it C, a 60-year-old with hypertension and osteoporosis? Or is it D, a 65-year-old and hypertension, a 65-year-old with hypertension and type 2 diabetes? Take a moment and tell me what you got in the comments, y'all. All right, all right, all right. So, stem of the question, but here the stem is the question. The question is the stem, right? So it states which patient would be contraindicated for treatment with a thiazide diuretic? And the best answer is A. This patient has gout. Patients with gout, thiazides are contraindicated, right? Patients with sulfur allergies, thiazides are contraindicated. Patients who are allergic to thiazides are contraindicated. Patients with several electrolyte imbalances, thiazides are contraindicated, and we'll get into that. But gout clearly is here, and let's rule out the other ones to show you why. You can give thiazides to manage hypertension with patients who have hyperlipidemia and diabetes. Although with diabetes, we want to go with the renal protected medications like your ACEs and your ARBs. Those are our first lines, but thiazides are not contraindicated. You have to monitor them, but they're not contraindicated. And then hypertension management with thiazides for patients with osteoporosis, that's actually a benefit. We actually love that because it helps them to retain the calcium. So it's actually beneficial for patients with osteoporosis. Okay. So again, A is your best answer because of the gout. It is contraindicated. All right, you guys, I hope you found this helpful. As always, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share with whoever you may think may find this beneficial as well. But y'all know what to do. Y'all make sure y'all meet me back here. And if you need any of the resources that I do offer, feel free to reach out to the Nursing Studio by giving us a call at 803-400-6864. You can also shoot a text message to this number or shoot us an email to the Nursing Studio, the number 1 at gmail.com. As I mentioned, you can go check out the business profile on Google at The Nursing Studio, and my website is linked in the bio of this channel as well as in the description of this video. All right, y'all. Y'all know what to do. Y'all make sure y'all meet me back here. Happy studying. Bye, y'all.